Trying to find something to chill to, something to vibe to, so I can speak freely. My mind won't wander so much if, I got something with rhythm kind of keeping me in line, I guess you could say. I'm just gonna find something. I'm just gonna click on something, whatever it is. Yo, we got the advertisement first. Anyway, so let's skip that. There we go. This is nice. It's called Cherry Blossom Lo-Fi Jazz Hop Chill Mix. That's cool. Be nice to vibe with it. Got a nice little moving background. Anyway, it's a good start to a first video, I guess. Taking very long to get to the point of the video, or my videos, I guess you could say in general. I'm definitely going to be sharing more of my thoughts after I turn this down. There we go. That's kind of loud. I like it, but it's kind of loud, I'll be sharing my thoughts more openly, just to talk. This is not going to be some high quality stuff, like videos with virtual backgrounds and popped up windows and all that. I just don't have time for it. I'm working, I'm busy, but I still feel that it's necessary to maybe share some things with you. You share some things with me, and collectively, we become a more intelligent species, which kind of to the point of my videos, I believe that is the number one reason, our lack of overall intelligence. Not trying to hurt anybody's feelings. I fall in that same category. But I believe that is the reason that, our world is in the position that it's in now. So, it's just trying to open up some discussion, I guess you can say. Civil discourse. I'm trying to bring it back. It's pretty much dead. It's kind of difficult to have a conversation if it's not people with people that already agree with you, and that, right? And that's why we have our friends, So I guess, I guess I'll talk about maybe biases or something, like what it is to be biased. I'll admit the first time I heard the word bias being tossed around, I kind of thought it was the same thing as like racist. It's not. I mean, you can be biased towards somebody because of their color of their skin, and that in itself can be racist. However, moving on, bias is generally when you favor something because of like how it makes you feel or some kind of perception of it, whether it's like extremely good or extremely bad. For example, I'm a man, so we'll talk about men for right now. If a man looks at a magazine and sees a model, whatever, however you want to define that, but you get the general consensus. The normal, generally long leg, long haired, relatively skinny, blah blah. You could like that, not because you maybe dislike anybody else so much, but you prefer that. And in some cases, us men, we find ourselves chasing that. And if you find it, I mean, I guess it's good. Hopefully you really want it for the right reasons. If not, then you're going to find out how that's no longer as important to you as true love or something, and you're going to have to go somewhere else. Or it is what it is. Maybe you like the total opposite. Maybe you like people, maybe you like mermaids, if that's your thing. But you get what I'm saying. So that's like a positive, bias, I guess you can say. It's like I like it because, I want it because I like it. Whereas a negative bias would be like, for example, someone the color of someone's skin or someone's gender, right? Someone's ethnicity, their religion. I mean, I guess anything really, like because they're a fan of a football team that you don't like, which may not be so serious, but it's still some biases. So you're gonna really formulate your friends around biases, and so like the reason I kind of say civil discourse is dead, even though some of you are like, nah, me and my homies kick it sometimes, and that's good actually, that you have a conversation. But sometimes it's kind of your same circle, and we're too it makes us too uncomfortable to want to branch outside of that circle, or square or triangle, whatever it is, however you've shaped your friend. Some of us don't even have enough to make a shape, so you got that going for you, so that's good. But I kind of want to open that lane again. Civil discourse with a stranger, like you show up to a tavern, you're like, hey, my fellow man, my fellow woman, my fellow whatever, you're my people. It doesn't matter color skin, your whether or not you're an actual citizen of the country or not, it doesn't matter. Like you there, it's cool. Let's have a conversation. Let's open up. Let's not be so scared. But everybody's on edge now. And it sucks. So that's really just why I'm going to be doing these videos. And so, like I said, we can start with biases, kind of how that plagues us as a people. And you may think, well, I'm not biased towards the important things. And then you're like, that's good. That's fine. And that's dope, actually. Like, you're a really good person if you're not biased towards somebody, because, like, the big ones, right? Their gender, their ethnicity, their color of their skin, their religion, da 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 da. The big ones. If you're like, yeah, because they like a different football team, it's like, all right, hopefully that's a playful bias, and you're friends with somebody, you go pick at them. That'd be me if I was into sports, and I like sports, but I'm not really into it. I'm not like I guess you could say, a serious sports fan. But I would challenge you. How about this? I would challenge you, if you're something like that, you're like, oh, there's a stranger I challenge you to become friends with that person. Like, that's the easiest thing we can do. I understand, like, sports can be taken seriously, but hey, here's a challenge for you, because our biases really do shape who we are on every aspect, and it's not just the big things. It's like, am I racist or not? Nope. Okay, cool. Am I sexist? No. All right. Do I hate people of other religions? No. I prefer my own, but okay, good, right? All checks out, and that's pretty much where we stop, And I mean, if you check out, I guess that's really good. It really is. We're starting to see that, especially in America, that a lot of people, they they can't really check off all those boxes, But let's dive a little deeper and think, like, why do you like, I don't know, McDonald's instead of Burger King? You might have some good reasons, but maybe you don't. Maybe you're just, I don't know, right? There's some biases. Why do you like Ford more than Chevy, or Chevy more than Ford, right? Why are you Republican or prefer Republican, or why are you a Democrat and prefer Democrat? Wait, what? That doesn't matter. Yes, it does, right? So our biases kind of shape everything that we do and every decision that we make. So like I said, what we're going to have to do really is gain an understanding, I guess you could say, of these subconscious biases, and we're going to have to, like, figure out what we can do to kind of just be aware of them. Like, if we can get to a position where we're just aware of those biases, that's pretty good, because then we have time to sit down and maybe think about it, even if we can't catch it up front. Right? So it's not a matter of, like, necessarily getting rid of those biases. You don't have to like every team. I know, like, liberals will probably say, like, you need to show every team matters. Some shit like that. But it can get to a point where it's like, okay, well, it doesn't matter so much that they like a different team. I don't have to like their team, but we could probably become really good friends out of this if we can keep it PG. Competition, right, that you have over sports, because come on, I mean, we take sports very seriously, and I know we do, and I know it's very entertaining. I'm a soccer fan. I mean, I don't watch all the games, I'm busy doing things, and I don't really try to. I don't stress myself out with trying to do something that I can't do, and for me, it just really doesn't matter who wins what games. But if I see it on TV, I'll be watching, but it usually goes for football, maybe some baseball, whatnot. But the kind of relationship that can be birthed out of that kind of competition, right? It gets you out of your circle, of that friend zone. So, like, you're gonna maybe hang out with somebody who's a different team. Maybe you have no Islamic friends. Maybe you have no Buddhist friends. Whatever it is. Maybe you have no atheist friends. I mean, obviously, take your pick as far as like, well, they told me to be friends with you, even though you look like you want to kill me. Like, come on, like, let's be smart about it. And I'm not joking at atheists. I know they came last, and that kind of seemed like a connection. There was no connection. I'm just saying, like, don't pick these people just because. But challenge yourself to find somebody who's out of your circle that's different. And, like, I like the sports one. That's a real easy one to understand. So someone who is who is a big fan of the other team, who is maybe, let's pick with football. Football's pretty good. Who's maybe a football, I don't want to say fanatic, but maybe you are. I mean, if you're wearing the jerseys and you're going to the games, and I mean like kind of on a regular basis, let's just go ahead and say it. You're a football fanatic, sports fanatic, and it's not a really a bad thing. I mean, as long as you get your crap in order. I'm trying not to curse in these videos. As long as you get your crap in order, whatever it is, what it is. But challenge yourself with these biases because they do shape everything that we are. And then we look at politics. You're like, it's okay to be a Democrat, and it's like, and it is. I guess it's okay to be a Republican. Yeah, you can claim to be a Republican and have your own values. You may not follow a certain group of Republicans, and you may not follow a certain group of Democrats. I do like the idea of being independent, because it's like you get to shop, 2 or 3 or 4 or 5, depending, or maybe 6 or a whole lot more, hopefully soon, dealerships for the car you want. You don't have to settle for 1 or 2. You can kind of just be like, but the idea of an independent party winning right now in the U.S. I won't say it's a pipe dream. It can definitely happen, but again, this is kind of why I'm doing these videos, because we can talk about policies, we can talk about surface issues, such as like racism and stuff like that. But if we don't come to the core of where that stuff comes from, kind of diving into our subconscious and figuring out like where that comes from by recognizing how biases kind of do shape our everyday lives, just becoming aware of them. Nothing like, oh, I gotta find my bias and sit here and beat myself up for it and come through this complete change. No, really, you don't. Like, you'll become more of yourself once you become aware of yourself. Oh my gosh, that made sense, right? Hold on to it. But that makes sense, and I mean it. Like, but we're so unaware of ourselves. We really are. But the people who write the commercials, the people who run the PR side of all these political campaigns, the PR side of pretty much anything and everything we're involved in nowadays, right? Guess what? They know exactly how you work. They know exactly how you are. Are they going on a general consensus? Yes, but guess what? Most people conform to the general consensus. That's why it's a general consensus. Well, generally speaking. Wow. So that kind of fits, but you get what I'm saying, right? All right, so it's really important. So diving in and looking at biases and just being like, okay, and let's see, like let's do a test, and sports would be a good one, like for real, or politics. If you want to go that big, let's go. I know the tensions are high, but find you a Republican friends, find you some Democratic friends, find you some independents, find you some people who are already tied unnecessarily, probably, hopefully not, to another party. And I mean hopefully not as in like, you don't really want to like stake your claim. Remain independent and just kind of see what's going on, and figure out our crap, organize, then come together. You know what I'm saying? Instead of like, no, I got a party. No, I got a party. It's like they're gonna love that. The establishment is all like, okay, yeah, make more parties, and then we're all like, I want my own part, because we're all selfish. We want to be the leader. We want to be important. So it's we like the kind of same stuff, but we're tweaking it just a little bit. Maybe twerking it too. I don't know. But you tweaking it just a little bit because because we're so competitive, and it kind of comes back to the sports, right? But if you want to take the high road, try politics. Find new people, and I mean it, and challenge yourself. And this is really what I want you to pay attention to first. And I don't want you going in nervous or anything, but first go in there open. Like, if you don't, it may not be a good experience. But breathe before you respond to everything. If you're going to have a good, political discussion, which might come up, and that's fine. Breathe, or just talk about other stuff. Find places that you connect. Like, hey, one's a Democrat, one's a Republican, but guess what? You both get front row tickets to the opera. What? Yeah, you like the same stuff. There you go. There's the connection right there. So maybe find that common ground first. Actually, yeah, I think that'd be a better idea. Okay, maybe put the politics to the side for a little bit. But when you do get there, eventually, but with everything, just breathe. But what you're going to notice is that you're going to have this weird off-put feeling, like You know, and I'm speaking to everybody, but I'm a man, so I will speak from a man's perspective. But imagine, the way you are with your wife. Maybe more relaxed. Chill, right? Breathing normally. Maybe watching the game. Maybe you're not chill. Maybe, you know what I'm saying, and the game's on and it's pissing you off, or something's making you Wheel of Fortune not going your way. Wheel of Fortune, man, I'm old. Woo, catching up to me, you know what I'm saying? But you get what I'm saying, right? Breathe, okay? But recognize how it makes you feel, okay? And as you recognize it, you're gonna learn more from it. It's not gonna go away the first time, but maintain that friendship if it's good, and be fair. And don't be biased. It's like, I don't know, man, but he's a Democrat. That's it. Well, cool dude, but come on, like he's a Democrat or like he's a Republican. And I say he, she, them, they, it, everybody, everybody in the club get tipsy. But for real, try it. And I know it sounds weird. I know it sounds kind of a little like off-putting, like and it probably already makes you feel uncomfortable, right? Like I got something on my lip. Yeah, comes some skin there, but it's not ready. All right, that was gross, dude. Nah. Everybody deal with it, right? Everybody get some skin on their lip. But anyway, I'm gonna stop it here because it's kind of already long, and I didn't want to do short videos, even though I know the attention span is kind of short for us. But maybe you tagged along, maybe you didn't. I don't know. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed. But let me know your thoughts on everything, right? Maybe challenge yourself. Across the aisle. You want our politicians to go across the aisle, but come on, like we we find the most simplest reasons. Most simplest. That's some good English right there. That's some good English. But we do. We find the simplest reasons to not come together. That's your biases. That's your biases at play. Stop for a minute, explore them, figure out why. Like why? It makes no sense. You'll try to make it make sense because it's how you feel. Nervous, scared, right? On edge, right? Because politics have us on edge. Everything that's going on now. But this is the time that we have to come together. If any time, like the revolution or the Civil War, which doesn't matter how you feel about that. It happened. It's history. Let it go. Okay? Good things came out of it, out of the outcome. So there is that, but bad things did too. So let's come together, figure this out. See, I edited myself. All right, and just dive deep. So these are what gonna be. These are. Sorry, I smoke a little weed before I come on here. And sometimes I'm like, what? I'm like Joe Biden. USA. I don't know that's how we talk, but you get what I'm saying. Anyway, I'm signing out. But these will be the type of videos that I will be doing from here on out. If you like it, stay tuned. Drop some comments. Let me know how you feel. I'm just talking free, smacking my computer every now and then, just to open up some dialogue and maybe teach you some things that I have learned through my experience of my life and my wisdom that I have been fortunate and blessed with. Not saying I'm super intelligent or super smart, like better than anybody or anything like that. My intelligence, I guess, is, I'm proud of it because of the experiences I've had, and it's not something that everybody should have to go through just to learn what I have learned. I guess that's what I'm saying. But tag along, leave some comments, share with me your thoughts, and let's start talking. Peace.